If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Kimberly. I'm new to the YouTube space. I am just here to share all my knowledge with you guys, any kind of skill set that I might have, whether that's outfits, side hustles, whatever the case might be. So I hope you guys stick around. I look forward to seeing you guys stay with me, and I will be uploading as many videos as I can. So first and foremost, I get asked all the time about Airbnb, how I came across it. I am actually a real estate agent in the state of Utah. I decided to actually do Airbnb here because I, for one, am very knowledgeable with Utah, right? And then for two, it's just, I want to be able to access Airbnb when I can. If I have to go and like be there at a specific time, or if somebody's having problems or whatever the case might be, I can essentially just go there. So that's why I decided to focus strictly in my backyard, so to speak, right? Is what they call it. I am also baffled, I guess, by the fact that I was not expecting Airbnb to do as good as it did, guys. Like, essentially, the moment that I put it on the platform, we started getting bookings, like the next day. I was so nervous and so scared, for one, because I had to pitch it to my partners and I had to tell them, hey, this is the situation. And they were originally gonna sell their property. And because I was able to kind of shift them through, I was so scared. I didn't know what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do this. I just wanted to try to convince them in a way to do it because I researched it for so long. I think I wanted to try it back since 2020, and then the pandemic hit. I mean, I wanted to try everything, even YouTube. And I just finally was like, you know what? Just gotta go for it. Like, you really can't sit and wait around for things to happen. And so I finally decided it's time. It's time to get out of my comfort zone. It's time
a few moments later
to do what I have to do. It has been the best decision ever. You guys wouldn't even believe, like the first week that we were on Airbnb, I had somebody message me. They basically told me, hey, I wanna stay at the property for a month and a half. I'm gonna pay you about $12,000, close to $13,000 for staying there. And I just couldn't believe it, you know, because don't expect these stories. I mean, you hear about them, but you never actually physically think that it's gonna happen to you until it does. And so I was so excited. They didn't book with us, which is fine. It's not a big deal because that whole month of like December, it's been booked out. We're booked out most of January. We're literally booked out all the way until like February. Like, we have bookings. So it is amazing just to think that that happened. One thing that I am gonna say though is I'm very, very meticulous with the things that I do. So I like to make sure that everything's done right. Photography is a big one. You have to make sure that everything looks good and that you're constantly taking care of your clients that are coming in, because you have to kind of put yourself in other people's shoes, right? Like, at the end of the day, you want things to feel comfortable when you go and stay somewhere. So I want them to know that they come first. And so that's my biggest expectation. I thrive to be the best that I can be when it comes to things like that because I'm just naturally like that. And so, I mean, to each its own, but I do feel like Airbnb is still booming. I haven't been in the industry that long, unfortunately, but I am hoping to stick around and add more Airbnbs around. As far as like the winter goes, Utah's known for having skiers and snowboarders. We're constantly getting traffic of people coming out here to, you know, hit the mountains. I mean, I'm one of them. As a matter of fact, I'm a snowboarder. So I absolutely love the mountains. There's something about nature out here in Utah that it's just amazing. Like, there's canyons, there's trails, there's so much nature out here. It's amazing. And so I'll have to see how the summer does, of course. But as far as like the winter goes, it's been doing great. I'm so happy that I decided to take the step to say, I'm gonna do this, because one thing that I could tell you, and the advice that I could give anybody, is don't let your fear stop you from doing what it is that you want to do and that you love to do, essentially. Because what you decide to do at the end of the day, the reality is that life is too short and we need to take advantage of the time that we are here. If we don't, then we live our life with regret. And that's one thing that I feel like I cannot live with, and I'm sorry, I'm getting all emotional. It's just important to live your life to your full potential. And I'm getting emotional simply because I've had an experience where I almost lost my son. And I started to realize that life is so much more. So let's just not get into that. That's for another day. But don't stop yourselves. I mean, really just make the effort to do what it is that you want to do. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let other people's opinions stop you, because nobody's ever going to be happy with who you are, essentially, right? Like, people are always going to probably judge or criticize, but you can't let that stop you from being who you want to be. There's just no point. Like, why are you going to stop your life for somebody else? Like, that you probably don't even know of, right? More of the story is that's kind of the situation there. As far as like going back, reverting back to Airbnb, I do feel like it's still doing good, guys, and I feel like there's so much opportunity out there for it as well. I actually furnished the property with less than $5,000. We have 4 bedrooms in there, 2 living rooms, 1 kitchen. So I'm gonna make another video about that so you guys can kind of get a feel for what exactly I did. It doesn't have to cost so much out of pocket to start it. That's one thing that I could say. I feel like people sometimes feel like you need so much money. Yeah, sure, like if you want to make it better, you totally can, but believe it or not, just like adding a couple of things here and there will make all the difference. So I say just go for it, don't stop yourself, and just try to see how Airbnb goes for you. Anyways, guys, well, thank you for sticking around. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment. Any questions at all, I'm here to answer them for you guys. And I will be constantly uploading as much as I possibly can. Stick around. You guys have an amazing, blessed day. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day.